Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Danielle, and today we are going to talk about all the things I do not eat while on the keto diet. So if you guys are wondering, what should I stay away from? What should I not eat? I mean, this is purely my opinion, but these are the things that I strictly stay away from that I feel like are helping me on my weight loss journey while trying to be in a ketogenic metabolic state. So if you guys are wondering, please stay tuned. Hey friends, welcome back. So last week I kind of said, hey, how about I do a video about the things that I always do videos about what I eat on keto. How about I make a list, which I did, about the things that I do not eat, what I don't buy and what I stay away from. Some things I do buy, but not for me, for my husband. But even some of these things now that he's even starting to notice that they're not only, they're spiking his glucose, which is really important. Keto is not only about staying low carb. If you want to be low carb, then you're on a low carb diet. But if you are trying to truly be on a ketogenic diet, you really want to put your metabolism into a ketogenic state, then you're going to have to worry not only about your body naturally producing ketones, which will happen when you keep it on a very low carb diet, but also you're going to want to watch for how your body responds, what your glucose response is. How is your body reacting to the things you're putting in it? So if you notice that you're having a huge spike in your glucose after eating certain things, then that's saying, hey, don't eat that. We don't like it. Don't bring it back here again. So what things do I recommend people staying from? If you guys are new here, in the last month I have went through a kind of metamorphosis, if you should say, about kind of just changing the way I'm eating. I kind of went off the deep end and I was very much a keto-fier. I keto-fied everything. I mean, there's not one thing that you can make that you've had that I haven't tried to make it keto. Fish fries, I mean, it was still really good. Desserts, anything and everything under the sun, I've attempted to make it a keto thing, okay? And I was following net carbs, and I was allowing a lot of sugar alcohols and like phony fibers and stuff like that into my diet. And not only did I stop losing weight after a while, I started to actually gain weight, and it just wasn't working. So I went off this deep end. I did a whole video about it and basically how keto made me fat. And I kind of went on and, you know, guys, check out that video if you kind of want to see a recap of it. But basically it was, I was eating all these things that were labeled keto or because the net carbs made them keto. And it really screwed with me. So I wanted to make a list about the things I think you should avoid while on the diet, okay? Not saying that they're not okay in small moderation, which we'll get into on each item, but in general purposes on your daily routine, I suggest you avoid them. My first thing I'm gonna say is protein bars. Protein bars, I don't care which brand they are. Are some of them good? Yeah, like Leo really enjoys the Perfect Keto bars, you know, but are they gonna fill you up? No, they're not gonna fill you up. They're gonna leave you even hungrier than what you were before, and they're filled with a lot of stuff that you really don't need. If you find yourself hungry, eat, cook, make yourself something. If you find that, you know, you're hungry in the morning and you don't like to cook breakfast, then maybe you need to meal prep a few days in advance for some easy breakfast meals from the days you don't feel like cooking. But if you are hungry, eat. Do not try to do protein bars. Protein bars are not going to do anything for you. They are empty calories, really. I mean, you might get, you know, 15, 20 grams of protein, but really it's not going to fill you up. I don't care what anybody says. A lot of bars are filled with, you know, sneaky sugars or something like that is going to spike your glucose. So if you notice a bar has like maltodextrin in it or something like that, you really should stay away from it because it's really not keto approved. Because with keto, it's not only about carbs, it's about the ingredients. And I had to figure that out this time around. It's not only about the macros on the back of the nutrition label, it's about ingredients. And once you kind of marry those two together, it's a complete eye-opening experience. So definitely I stay away. I don't have any protein bars. Same thing goes with protein shakes. They're not gonna fill you up. I don't care what you're gonna do. In order for them to fill you up, you really gotta like bulk them up, and then you're going to start getting a ton of extra calories that you technically don't need. A lot of them have a lot of sneaky stuff in them. A lot of people had recommended Keto Chow to me, so I did make an order for Keto Chow, and only reason why I did make that order is we are going on vacation, and I want to make sure that I have some stuff for traveling purposes, and that's the only time I could actually see myself implementing any keto bars or any protein bars or protein shakes. More or less, I went the Keto Chow way because you're able to add that fat in. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't done anything with it yet. But I did order them for that reason, because they were so highly suggested, and you can make a meal out of them by adding your own fat into it. And I did that just for the sole purpose of when I'm on vacation, when I'm away from home, that I'm able to maintain this lifestyle in maybe a dirtier way than I'm used to, but still be able to maintain it. So, but for like an everyday purpose, or you're just trying to like get your extra protein in, eat when you're hungry. Don't eat when you're not. And if you're hungry, make the food. Okay? Don't rely on a quick shake or some powder or anything like that. Eat your food. Eat, feed yourself, okay? The next thing I have is bread. I don't care what the label says, keto approved, and it's like 25 grams of carbs per slice, but there's 24 grams of fiber, and then you look on the ingredients, there's like wheat flour, rice flour. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's going to stall your progress. It's going to spike you, most likely. And it's going to bloat you. So did I have them before? Yeah. Did I tell everybody to buy them? Yeah. My husband still eats the keto bread. He enjoys it. But he has been noticing more or less with wraps that the wraps are something that he needs to stay away from. But each person is made uniquely, okay? So just because it spikes me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to spike you, but these are the things that I recommend staying away from. So, each person has its own separate case. How will you know if you can eat these without having an issue? You're going to have to go ahead and get yourself a meter and test. That's the only way. That's the only true way to know what things affect you and what don't, is by checking your blood, by checking your ketones, and by checking your glucose. And by doing that after eating maybe new things you're introducing into your daily diet. Is this extra? Am I extra with it? Yeah. But again, I said that when I took this whole new routine, it wasn't only for weight loss. Weight loss was a great benefit, but it was also for the added health benefits. That's what it was really about. It was about healing myself and the reduced anxiety, the mental clarity, the reduced inflammation. It's all those things plus the weight loss. And I truly don't feel those benefits of this way of eating until I'm in nutritional ketosis, until I'm really got the whole thing running and burning, okay? Again, I did mention wraps. I stay away from all the wraps. So I know if you go on like TikTok or Instagram, there's going to be this chef and she's going to be like, oh, you can have these tortillas and do this and do that. You could. You absolutely could. If you are eating those every day, multiple times a day, and you're making them tortilla chips and you're making tacos with them and you're doing this and doing that, and you're noticing that you're not losing any weight, and you're like, Danielle, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm staying below 20 net carbs. It's the tortillas. It's the wraps. It's the sugar alcohols. They stall you. You have to clean it up. If and I'm not bad wrapping any of these things. They're delicious. I love them. I loved having them. Does it make this way of eating easier? Yeah. If you're on maintenance mode and you're like, hey, I could add these, this is for people who are trying to lose the weight. These aren't from people who are maintenance mode. Maintenance is a totally different, mountain to climb. It's totally different. You are past the finish line. We're still in the race, so I get a lot of questions where like, well, I'm in maintenance, or people say I'm in maintenance and I can eat that. Okay. But when you weren't in maintenance, when you were still in the race, were you? And were you successful? Were you still losing the weight at the speed you were before you introduced those into your diet? And most likely the answer would be no. So I would recommend staying away from the wraps. Also, by staying away from the bars, the shakes, the wraps, the breads, it's going to save you a crazy amount of money on your grocery bill, because let's face it, a loaf of low carb bread is $5. A thing of low carb wraps is $5. A box of protein bars, if you get it at Walmart, it's like 10, 12 bucks. A thing of shakes is 10, 12 bucks. You know what I mean? So right there, you're saving a big chunk of your money, and you could invest that in fresh veggies. You can invest it into good cuts of meat. You can invest it into eggs. You know what I mean? Stuff like that that will actually have some kind of nutritional value and actually keep you full on this journey. Okay, another thing is keto anything. Anything that's marked keto. Keto mug cakes, keto desserts, keto fat bombs, keto chips, anything that you see as a gimmick at the grocery store that has the word keto on it, I do not eat it. Do not eat it. It's processed. It has a lot of filler crap in it. And to be honest with you, it's because keto is mainstream now. So it's marketing. They're smart, you know, and they're going to be like, hey, instead of making, you know, your own fat bombs, buy these fat bombs because they're keto. You know, and they're really just, you know, targeting the you know, trying to make it lazy. You know, hey, don't make that. Buy these instead. It's easy. You know, and this is going to help you, and it really doesn't. Do I recommend fat bombs? No, I really don't. I never really had them. I mean, if I'm going to get some extra fat, I'll get it from like a Bulletproof Coffee. But there are some days where you want a sweet treat. Do I recommend fat bombs? No, because they pack a lot of calories. They pack a lot of punch, the fat bombs. It's not only about your carbs, it's also about calories, okay? And you should really watch that, because those fat bombs and stuff like that, the calories will add up quickly and you will gain some weight, aside from the massive amount of diarrhea you will have from having so many fat bombs, because all that fat is just gonna clean you out and you will be up all night. So yeah. The next thing is Lily's chocolate. I don't like Lily's chocolate. I've tried it and it hurt my stomach severely, like severely. Same thing with like Smart Sweets, all the candies. They really, 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 really made me an unattractive person in this house because it was bad. When I do have a sweet tooth, I have Chalk Zero. I love Chalk Zero. I stand by Chalk Zero. They are delicious. They recently just came out with coconut truffles. I actually just gave one to my dad and Leo. Do I eat them every day? No. Before I ate my Chalk Zero candy every day, I would finish a package because I would be like, all right, well, they have, you know, 1 net carb. Traditionally, most pieces only have, depending on what you have, is like 5 total carbs. If I'm gonna have a piece of Chalk Zero candy, I'm gonna make sure that it does, I count the total carbs in that. And as of yet, I've had the chocolate chips. I haven't tried any of their new coconut truffles. I tried their orange peel candy. I mean, all of their candy has never spiked me. It has never spiked me. It's never kicked me out of ketosis. But as I've been doing this now, because I limit it. Like I said before, I would eat it every day, and a lot of it every day. And because I had the carbs, you know, and I was like, it's only 1 carb, you know, something crazy like that. Whereas now I'm like, all right, I think last week I had it like maybe a week and a half ago, and I had 1 piece of chocolate, and then I just moved on with it. You know, I still give myself that because I know how I am, and if I obsess over it, then I'm going to go off the deep end and I'll get cranky. So I allow myself to have that, but I do also remember this isn't an everyday thing. This isn't even a once in a week thing. This is maybe twice a month, once a month type thing, where you're still able to enjoy it when there's, you know, where you just can't get over that craving. And I just wrap them up and I carry on. But I recommend Chalk Zero because of the ingredients, and they do not cause any issues with me as far as spiking my glucose or any type of GI upsets. You have to be careful with candy and stuff like that because they have like that chicory root in it, and you will not be able to leave your house. It is obscene, the things that will happen. So definitely be careful with that. Another thing is exogenous ketones. I don't take any of those. I kind of discussed this last week. My husband likes them, the Prove It ketones. He loves them. He thinks they give him a lot of energy. They're like packed full of B vitamins. We are not a distributor or anything like that. I don't know if it's considered an MLM. I don't know what that's considered, but we don't have any of that. I don't have any of that. Leo likes it. It's not real ketosis. A lot of people take those, and a lot of the sellers or the people who work for these companies, I guess I think it's an MLM, I'm not too sure. They'll say, oh, hey, look at your numbers. Look at your numbers. Your ketone numbers are going to be through the roof. And yeah, they will be. It's exogenous ketones, but it's not real. Your body has to produce those numbers on its own. It's not going to be something that could just kind of be in there and then, you know, you pee out within a couple hours. So I do not take those. I don't find them to be beneficial to me. Some people say they give them energy. Some people say they make them feel good. My husband is one of those. I just don't do it. That's just my thing. And there is like other carbs in there, and that's just like 2 extra carbs that I don't need to add. You know, I don't know. It's just me. I don't use them. You can use them if you want. You know, they're expensive, but I don't use them. Another thing is like canned sauces. This is excluding the Rao's pasta sauce. I find that to be the best option, but that is something I also limit to maybe once a month, once every other month, having any type of red sauce, just because, you know, Leo gets really bad heartburn from it, and it, you know, you have to be careful because it does have the carbs and it does have the sugar. Any other sauces, you know, what other sauces come in cans? Pizza sauces, seasoning sauces, whatever. Any type of sauces that come in a pouch or can, don't eat them. Do not eat them. They are full of crap. Make your own. Even if they have a little bit more carbs than what you would think the canned one has, or even if it costs a little bit money, you know what's in it. Again, it's not only about the carb count and the macro count, it's about the ingredients. And the ingredients in these canned things are pure garbage, and honestly, they don't even taste that good. So I don't recommend doing it. You know, look up a recipe. If you guys have any requests, we can probably come up with a recipe together and we can figure it out. But I don't recommend doing any canned sauces. Honestly, I've even been steering away from store-bought seasoning mix blends. If you guys haven't seen that video, I did a part 1 of some seasonings where we did like Cajun seasoning, ranch seasoning, seasoned salt, Greek. I mean, we did a ton. And just to stay away from, because I showed it in that video, they have a lot of sugars and cornstarches in there that are not good. So again, it's completely eye-opening to figure all this stuff out and see like, what the hell have I been eating? It's crazy. Last thing is nuts, any type of nuts. I kind of stay away from them. First off, I really generally should not have any type of nuts because of I have diverticulosis. So those things kind of get caught in your track, and you know, you could have a flare up. So I stay away from for that. But also, you can go, a serving size for most nuts is a fourth of a cup. It's a very small portion, and that's usually between like 150 to 200 calories per serving, with, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 carbs. Most people need more than that to like satisfy their hunger. So they're probably more close to a half of a cup, maybe 1 whole cup. And it will pack on the calories really quickly. It will definitely pack on the calories. It will just mess you up. It's most likely it's going to pack on the carbs really quickly. It's going to be really sneaky, and they're going to add up really quickly. If you can have them and know that you can weigh them out and know your serving size and not go overboard, then sure, you can have them. But if you're like me and you just are like a mindless eater and you're always like reaching, then you know, those are one of the things that you got to put on your list. It's the mindless eating for me. Even with, I mean, this is not on my list, but even like salad dressings. I've been trying to make like my own vinaigrettes, because the creamy salad dressings I always prefer the Ken's brand because they were delicious. But for 2 tablespoons, you're looking at 200 calories. All right, sorry, I had to come back because my camera died. But as far as I was talking about salad dressings add up very quickly because you tend to need a little bit more than what the serving size is. And so various things I always recommend weighing out, like condiments, mayonnaise, any type of like your butters, stuff like that. Even though you are watching your carbs and they are low carb, you still have to watch your calories. Now, if you're following me, then you would know. If you're not following me, shameless plug, follow me. Love to have you here. But I do track my macros. I've talked about this in previous videos if you guys want to hear how I'm doing that. And I do have a calorie, with those macros, they do give me a calorie amount. I try to stay, you know, within 100, and I try not to go over my calories by 100. So I'm still in a caloric deficit, but being more concerned about making sure that I'm watching my macros as well. It can get tricky. If you're new to this, do I recommend doing that? No. Honestly, I recommend you just trying to stay under 20 whole carbs. 20 whole carbs, not net carbs. So stop subtracting your fibers and your sugar alcohols. Whole carbs with veggies, with everything. Count the whole carbs, and I promise you, you will see a difference. Promise. So I hope you guys like this video, and it is kind of informative, and maybe you're sitting down like making your grocery list, or maybe you're just starting and you're like, wait, what should I not eat? Everybody's telling me what I should eat. What should I not eat? And hopefully this helps you guys out. So if you guys are new, again, please subscribe. I would love to have you. If you guys are on Instagram, come on over. I have her down below. It's at Daniela_Diaries. Super active over there. It's a great place to be. And I love to be able to chat with you guys, you know, over there, because I'm pretty much always checking Instagram. It's like my guilty pleasure. But I would love to see you guys over there. Yeah, so any other ideas, any other things you guys would like to know, leave any video suggestions down below. I'm kind of making out my video ideas for the month of May, and I have some openings. So definitely would love to hear what you guys would want to see. But anyways, I'm out of here, friends. Take it easy. Bye, guys.